So once you got to your campsite, you come back into the camper, and right inside the door is the control panel, and that will pretty much run everything you need to do with the coach part of the camper. And so once you get to your campsite, there's a slide out right here that'll control the main room slide out. So you just press and hold the button. You'll see and hear the slide out going out. You see it here. And you're gonna just hold that button until it starts clicking, and that means that the slide out is all the way out. Click, click, click. You'll see that, and you'll see that you're clear of these drawers to be able to open up those drawers. Make sure those drawers are pushed all the way back in when you put the slide out back in when you drive off. And then you would go back here to the bedroom portion, and you would do the same with this button right here around the corner in the back bedroom. So you do the out, you would just press and hold that button. You'll see the slide out going out. You'll see it coming away from the wall here. Nothing you need to do other than press and hold that button until it starts clicking. Once it starts clicking, that means it's all the way out, and then you can access these drawers down here. You cannot access those drawers while you are driving. And then you come back to the main portion of the coach, to the control panel. And the first thing I would do if I'm not hooked up is I would get the water pump going, make sure that there's water in the fresh tank. So you'll see your different tanks here. Press and hold the button. So your gray tank, that's your sinks and shower. You'll see it says a third full. It's not. I just emptied all of them myself. It just sometimes something gets on the sensor. So it says it's a third full. It's not. Black tank is your toilet. That also says third full. It's not. I just emptied them myself. Freshwater tank, that says it's full. I usually try and keep it around 2/3 or so when I'm driving to a site. But if I know a renter is not going to be on full hookup, then I'll try and fill up that freshwater tank for them. And so when they get to their site, they have water. The batteries you'll see are also full, and the LP, which is the liquid propane gas, that is also full. So the next thing I would do is just make sure your water pump is turned on. You'll see the light on there. And then once the water pump is on, you can see then that you can come over to the sinks and you can run water. You'll also hear the pump kick in. And so sometimes it'll sputter a little bit as you get those going. So there's a sink there. There's also a sink in the bathroom back here. So same thing, you'll see maybe a little bit of sputtering at first while the pump goes, and you'll hear the pump kick in. And then same thing with the toilet. You just want to make sure that the water is running in the toilet right away as well. So water all around. And then I usually don't even check the shower to make sure that's running. Is that has never had any issues or anything like that. And so, but of course check the shower nozzles as well. So that's what I would do. The first thing I would do once I got to my campsite. You'll see on here, you can also run the living room and the kitchen lights. You can either run them from here. So like the living room light, I can turn off. That'll turn that living room light off. I can also keep it on at the control panel and go over to the living room light and flick it off from there. And so you can either do it from the control panel or from the light itself. You'll see again here, the kitchen light, same thing. And then there's also lights back there. If you have any issues while you're camping, maybe you're running the generator. So we'll go over the generator right now. Once you get to the site again, if you want to run any of the things that would normally run on energy or power, which would be for sure the refrigerator, freezer, that can run off propane. It'll switch over to electric if you're on shore power. The microwave only runs on either generator or shower power if you're plugged in. And then all of the outlets also only run on shore power or generator. So you just come over here to the control panel again. You would do the stop prime button, hold that down for a minute, or about 10 seconds or so. And then you would press and hold the start button, and you can hear the generator start. It'll tell you your hours. 276.4 are the hours. 276.5 just clicked over. So we'll let that run for a second and make sure everything's all in working order. Then once you get water running to all of the faucets, hot water through the hot water lines, make sure that you would put on the hot water heater. It is an RV hot water heater, so it doesn't, and you'll hear once you get this going, you'll hear it click on. That also runs on the propane. So obviously make sure that the propane is on the side of the RV. And right now the light went off because it's starting essentially. I can hear it clicking underneath, and it'll start up in a minute. It's RV hot water, so it doesn't get extremely hot, but it does get warm. That's for the shower and any of the faucets as well. So that's how that works. And if you have any questions, you should know how to get a hold of us. So again, and then one other thing, if maybe an outlet's not working or something's not working correctly, there is a fuse box underneath the bed right here. And so if one of those fuses is popped every once in a while, if we have too much stuff plugged in, you just need to reset that breaker.